As Peter Munya joining us now live in studio. Karibu and congratulations, I suppose, are in order. Tell me, why should Kenyans care about the position of Chair of the Council of Governors? What exactly is its function?
Well, the Chair of Council of Governors is the chairman of all governors and is the voice of the counties. Remember, we have now 2 levels of government, and the other level has no issue because it's the president who ends it and the deputy. But since we have 47 governors, we cannot all speak at the same time, so we have to have one chair who is able to articulate the issues affecting counties and the position of counties on national matters.
You are saying that it is basically to articulate the position of governors, but it's also turned out, at least from your predecessor, to be a very political position, one that constantly saw Isaac Ruto, the immediate former chair, at loggerheads with the president, with the deputy president, has spun over to be, you know, a huge political issue in the Jubilee Alliance. Do you see this being a political position under your tenure, and do you expect it to sort of propel you even further in the national spotlight as it did for Isaac Ruto?
Well, by its very nature, you can't run away from politics. Being a governor, already you are elected and you are dealing with issues, burning issues of the day. So people tend to see the politics, but I don't think the issue is really the politics. The chair is supposed to articulate issues affecting counties. For example, the key issue right now is the issue of more resources going to the counties, the issue of laws that are being passed on a regular basis that are intended to whittle down the mandates of counties. So when you are dealing with those kind of issues, you are bound to sometimes disagree with other people in the political scene.
Absolutely, and one of the people you've been disagreeing with, even personally, you're not known as necessarily the man to toe the line in the Jubilee Alliance, which you belong to, and it has been at loggerheads really on the question of the Pesa Mashinani initiative, where you believe that, you know, counties should get about 45%. We've seen the Okoa Kenya referendum bid, which also seems to support governors. Do you intend to merge the two and join ODM rather and CoG in its referendum bid?
First of all, the Council of Governors, because it has governors who are from CoG and governors who are from Jubilee, we are not expected to toe any political line, because we are supposed to be a bipartisan institution, and we are afraid sometimes we are not understood. I cannot be expected to toe a line when I'm chairing the Council of Governors. I have to represent the position taken, the collective positions of the Council of Governors. So I am a mouthpiece, and sometimes what I may say may not be in line with Jubilee. It also may not be in line with CoG. But
is it in line with CoG in as far as the Okoa Kenya initiative is concerned, specifically on the 45%? Well,
in terms of wanting more resources to go to the counties, there may be other people in the country who may also share that position, but the Pesa Mashinani initiative has not merged with the CoG initiative.
Will it
there
under
has
your
never
tenure?
been a position where it's merged officially, not at all. Today we were not able to discuss that agenda of Pesa Mashinani. We have postponed it to do a special meeting where we will discuss and take a position. Right now, really, I cannot tell you the position, because once the council meets and discusses it, then we'll be able to tell you. But I don't see the Okoa initiative is one-sided side of the politics. It's their initiative. The Pesa Mashinani is a bipartisan initiative, so I don't really see them merging. But that's a decision for the council, full council, to make.
For a little later. You know, among the many issues that are pressing for governors right now is the heated division on the division of revenue bill between MPs and the Senate. Are you concerned that counties may well be starved of cash starting next month, and what role will the council and, of course, under your chairmanship play to resolve this impasse? We are certainly very concerned, because we should be now have made several steps into the budget cycle, and that disagreement is delaying that budget cycle. And we are really very concerned that a National Assembly that is supposed to serve the entire country as an issue, with counties being handed only 7 billion to their budget. Only
7 billion. If we can spend
that's no
if we can
figures,
spend 17 billion to renovate one hospital, what would be so disastrous if counties could get an extra 7 billion to add into their budgets to provide water and roads and other services?
Let me tell you what would possibly be so disastrous, and this is coming yesterday from the Commission on Revenue Authority that issued a circular basically barring, capital-intensive projects, at least in the first 5 years. So the extra 7 billion, you would imagine, part of the concerns that perhaps CRA and other Kenyans may have is that, these monies are being used for projects such as governors' mansions, county assembly chambers, etc., and things such as health really are suffering from the initial allocations, for other projects that are seen not to be as important.
What I don't understand is when people who have not gone to the counties keep saying things are suffering, they have not gone now. Health has never performed better. If you look at how health was performing before, when our hospitals did not have any drugs, when most of facilities were dilapidated across the country, we've been able to refurbish most of them. Drug supply now are in constant supply in the counties. We are hiring more staff.
Who are perennially on strike?
Absolutely not. Perennially, how many counties went on strike? And sometimes even the strikes come because of delay in releasing funds to pay them from the national government. So really, let's look at the positive side of devolution. LV is performing much better than it was performing when it was not devolved. Right. Sometimes the complaint you hear is also because some staff don't want the supervision that is going on. When you start closing the taps where some of the resources were disappearing, you hear complaints, sometimes those strikes. But I want us to compare, and we are planning as a council to bring out that picture so that people can see the real picture about the devolution of health. Well, for health is doing better. In fact, ask Kemsa. They have sold more drugs. In fact, they almost doubled the drugs they have been selling now than they were selling before. And
I hope to ask them that very soon, but that's all we have time for. I wish you well under your tenure and certainly hope Kenyans can get the services that they need at the county level.
Thank you. Look forward to coming back here to explain more issues.
Absolutely. You're most welcome, Peter Munya, the new chair of the Council of Governors. We